Congratulations, you've just gained access to the Modem Network. I'm your host Jared, and welcome to Pending Review, where we give popular games a review in their current state. Today's episode is Overwatch. Ready? Let's go. Overwatch, if you don't know it, is a team-based multiplayer shooter with MOBA elements to help compete with more popular games such as League of Legends and Dota 2. However, Overwatch has slowly seen a decline in their player base as the years go on, and we see no sign of this decrease in players stopping anytime soon. But why is this happening to a game that has no real reason to fail in the first place? Well, let's go back to the beginning when it was first launched back in May 24, 2016 by Blizzard Entertainment, who strived to create a multiplayer shooter game that had two teams that worked together to come up with different strategies in order to combat the other. This could be accomplished in multiple ways due to positioning, coordinating, and hero swapping. Hero swapping is actually a mechanic that isn't really used in any traditional MOBA, which really made Overwatch shine over others, because it allowed everyone to have a chance to play every character. Each character in Overwatch is special in their own right, and is designed to have different abilities and personalities behind them. This made people really connect towards their favorite characters, which allowed Blizzard to gain a huge following behind Overwatch. With the consistent flow of updates to their game, Overwatch seemed as though they were set to be very popular for a very long time. However, where Overwatch started to fail was actually due to their esports organization named Overwatch League. And even though there was a lot of support behind the league, Blizzard decided to force metas in order to bring more variety into the game. This was a good idea on paper, but they approached the idea in the wrong way by bringing the 27th hero to the game, Brigitte, who was meant to solely counter the current meta of the game, Dive. But this character would soon haunt Overwatch for a very long time, bringing a new meta named after the respective team who found it, Goats. This meta ran 3 tanks and 3 healers, which would allow teams to outsurvive anyone who didn't use it. And so the era of Goats was born, and every team used it, which made the DPS role almost completely useless. Where Blizzard made the mistake is you can't force the meta to change with a single character, because then everyone will just use that character. And it didn't help that Brigitte was such an easy character to use and required almost no aim. Blizzard has even nerfed this character multiple times, but still, even to this day, Goats will run supreme. The community has been so frustrated with Brigitte that they post all over the forums to take her out of the game entirely. However, Blizzard will never do that, so we have to resort to other ways of improving the game. The best current idea on how Overwatch can improve their game is by forcing everyone to play 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 DPS, which will get rid of the Goats meta forever. However, Blizzard has even stated they won't start testing this idea with pro players until next year, which could hurt the game drastically over this period of time. But even though we won't see any form of meta change, there are still many ways that the developers can improve the game, like by adding social features such as guilds that were promised a whole year ago to the community. Or the developers could add different events to the game instead of copying and pasting the same ones year after year. But Blizzard tends to be more focused on their esports league, which actually has been losing numbers and has led many people to leave, even their own employees. But even though Overwatch in its current state seems very rocky, there's still a really great game behind it. However, that game isn't really showing itself right now, so I'm sorry to say, but I'm not going to be playing Overwatch anymore until it improves for the better. If you like this video, please leave a like. I know it's my first video and it's a little bit rocky, but I worked hard on it, and there will be more coming soon.